Morning.
Hello. I was sending Erin a message.
Oh. She's missing you already, isn't she?
Yeah.
Bless her.
So,
Thursday.
day 1 of the show.
Yeah.
Day 2 of our holidays.
We are breakfasting.
Croissants.
Or the tea should be ready, actually.
Ooh, yes please.
And we're washed and we're dressed. She's got round to makeup. I haven't got that far. But
Only part way through my makeup because there was no point doing lipstick and such like.
No, I suppose. So, do we have a plan of attack for today? Sorry, I'm fishing out tea bags.
I think
the
isn't
classic
it just
first
the classic?
pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, first pass. Can't buy anything. Doesn't always work.
No.
We had so many
Sometimes
spoons.
things have
Have I
to.
used the sugar spoon again?
No, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at everything.
It's a lovely teapot, look.
It's the milk jug she really loves though.
Oh, I'll show you that now.
Look at everything. Think about it. Look at everything again.
Because you were having a look on
Think about
Valve
it
last
some more.
night and making a bit of a list. You want a sweater quantity of something, don't you?
I would really like a sweater quantity of something nice. Problem I have, I know that all dyers have different techniques and things like that.
The milk jug's got a mouse.
You would have thought you'd have had enough of rodents by now.
Let's not discuss that.
Yeah, all the dyers have different techniques and different bases and things like this, but I find it very hard to let myself buy that much yarn.
A sweater quantity is a big
It's a big
purchase
investment,
anyway.
isn't it? And I sort of think, oh, I should really just dye it myself.
Because you know you can get it at wholesale prices. And
Yeah. So I might have to fight my way past that barrier today, but
Mind you,
we'll see.
were you particularly interested in indie yarns?
Well, I don't know. I want something nice because all the sweater quantities I've got at home are in very commercial yarns. Massive buy big balls.
The Hayfield bonus.
That sort of thing, yeah. And I just want a jumper and something really nice.
Yeah, I mean, we
This
both
is
love
my-
that kind of stuff, don't we?
Yeah.
The Hayfield bonus thing.
Yeah, it's
but,
got its place,
but
definitely.
every now and then you just want something really nice. I think that's
Yeah.
fair enough.
This is my favourite cardigan that I'm wearing. It's a Hitafude and it's knitted out of handspun.
I've got the pattern for that and I haven't knitted it yet. I should.
Well, I bought 400 grams of fibre from Sarah's Texture Crafts years ago when I was very first spinning. And then when I had your wheel from you, I spun it all up and it came out to be a fingering weight because it was lovely fibre.
Yeah.
And I had enough to do a Hitafude, so I did that. And yeah, it's my favourite cardigan to wear when I'm going somewhere nice. That's alright, you just shower crumbs everywhere, it's fine. But what about you?
Well, do you know what patterns you were after? Because there were some Kate Davis ones, but I can't remember which ones.
I'll look them up.
Oh, okay. You look them up.
I have a list.
I'm sorry about the lighting. We're in like a townhouse and it's beautiful.
Oh, it is.
Gorgeous house. But not that many windows.
There you go. That's my list. Not the top 2. That's something else.
Sorry, which one? This one?
No, not the top 2.
Oh, right, sorry.
All of the rest are patterns.
Blythen. That's
Yeah.
the Kate Davis cardigan with flowers around the yoke.
Yeah, I think I've got the junior version,
Oh, okay.
so I'd quite like to make that for Erin.
Okay, this is about you.
Oh, okay.
Owls. That's another Kate Davis. That's a chunky weight, isn't it? With the, again, cabled yoke.
Yeah, I've done one before, but I chose the wrong yarn. It was back when I
did
was
exactly the
just
same thing.
doing. I just started knitting garments
Yeah.
in about 2008, and
What did you knit it in?
some random Marley yarn, which
Obviously, you couldn't see the detail.
No.
I knitted it in a Stylecraft chunky, and it was an incredibly loosely spun single ply, and it just bobbled, and it was a bit of a disaster. And the other one was the I don't know how you say it. Wah, hoodie.
Wah.
OA.
Wah.
OA hoodie. And that's all over Fair Isle with a hood and like a tiny little, the collar at the front before it turned into a hood is a little bit of stand-up. That's going to be a lot of knitting, but it'd be lovely. I know Kate Davis is here for the show because we're going to her talk. She's doing a talk on her latest book, The Handy Woman, and we're going on Saturday. Does she have a stand? Do you want some of her yarn?
I don't think I do. I think it might be a bit rustic for my skin.
Oh, I don't remember. I know I did feel it last year, but I can't remember.
I'm a special snowflake, and so things that normal people think are fine.
So is that a DK?
What?
Or a
Sport weight.
I was going to say it might be sport.
Yeah.
Because a full colourwork DK hoodie might expire.
Oh, I don't know. I run cold.
Yeah.
And then eased is a plain.
Oh, I love that one.
If you can see the picture I took. I just did screenshots and things so that I have loads of notes. But that's a bulky yarn.
Is it?
Yeah. And then Blefiel, which is
Skein Deer's new jumper.
I really like that. That came up in my recommendations on Ravelry. So, and that's knitting Jameson and Smith, and I know Jameson and Smith are here.
They
so
are.
I might go and look at the yarn at least.
And it's not pricey stuff. I don't know if you might find it a bit scratchy.
Well, I can look, can't I?
You can have a squidge. Because
And I do have an Alaphos Lopi jumper. When my mum went to Iceland, she brought me back a sweater quantity of Aran weight with a pattern.
And you're okay with that, are you?
Well, I wear a long sleeve top under it, so it doesn't actually touch me. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And then I found one more, but I don't know how you say it, and it's a new Kate Davis one, Orando.
Was this from her West Highland Way series?
Yeah.
Orando. Chiora. I have no idea.
And that's
that reminds me of her Braid Hills cardigan. It's got twisted stitches.
That's
down the bottom
knitting
band.
buccal as well. There we go.
Yeah, I
But I
don't
thought
have a quantity of her yarn, but
that's really nice and simple. There's enough interest to keep me going, but not too much that it'll take me 3 years to knit.
Yeah.
So that's my list so far, but I might spot things as I'm going round on other people.
You always change your plans, don't you? You have a list, the best laid plans and all of that, and then you go, oh, shiny.
Or the guilt kicks in, and I'll come home with 3 skeins of sock yarn from different people and no cohesive plan.
I actually need some sock yarn.
Do you?
I don't have any man-friendly, indestructible German sock yarn for presents this year, but I think I'm going to wait, and I'm going to get that from Ange, from her shop, from Yarn and Yarns.
Well, we struggled last year to find some, because I remember you looking last year for Opal or Reggie or something.
But I mean, that's not worth lugging all the way back from Edinburgh, and I'd rather go and give my money to Ange for that. So I can't look at my list because it's on my phone. I need 2 skeins of sock yarn for my sock collection that I want to release this year. And I'd like to use UK indie dyers for that.
Do you have stalls in mind?
Not for that, no. I'm happy to wander. I need to double check. I've assigned different, my January plan episode, did you watch that? That's worth watching, so you know what I'm doing this year.
I did.
And I made a list of everything, and I matched up, have I got the yarn for this, or do I need it? And I've assigned some sock yarn I've got to some patterns, but there's a couple of designs in my head I don't have yarn for, and I need to double check if it's a busy pattern and I need a plain yarn or not. So literally 2 skeins of sock yarn, and what else? Oh, we both want needles.
Yeah, that would be Pearlescence, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there's a big, Pearlescence is an online shop. I don't think they have a bricks and mortar shop, do they?
I don't think so.
No, so it's pearlescence.co.uk, and they stock the full range of different sorts of needles, and we've been using Knit Pros mostly, of varying sorts, symphonies and zings and all the rest of it.
I've been moving away from my socks though.
Yeah, and we've both started just trying different things. So I've recently tried higher sharps, which I loved much more. You let me have a go on your chow goose, which I instantly fell in love with. So I think we're both going to go and try and find some chow goose.
Yeah, because there's a few sizes that I use really regularly. So I'm still umming and ahhing whether to buy the small set and then a sock size.
Thing
and
is,
a couple of cables, or is it just going to be more worth my while to buy a 2mm, a 3.5, a 3, and some cables?
The trouble is, I want the small set of chow goose tips, but the metal ones, the steel ones. But I really want the swivelly joins, and those ones don't swivel. So chow goose twist don't swivel. You need the spin cables, which means I'd have to buy a set. Well, you don't have to. You'd have to buy tips in the steel, and then adapters and separate cables for the spin attachments.
This is, yeah, and the other thing with the cables is that almost exclusively I'll use an 80cm cable, or thereabouts. I know it's slightly different with chow goose. So is there a point in me buying a set where I have one 80cm and 2 other size cables, which I probably won't use, and then going and buying extra cables anyway? So maybe I am better off just buying the individual packets.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's needles, and I want to go and have a look at Isolde's stand because she sells lots of lovely books. I don't know if I'll buy them from her because we've got to lug things home on the plane, but I'd like another stitch dictionary.
Well, she sells them online.
So 2 skeins of sock yarn, maybe needles, maybe a book. And what I am really going to try my hardest not to buy is enough yarn to knit myself a carbeth. Kate Davis's new design. Hashtag bang out a carbeth. Yeah, I know. Becky from River Knits has knitted a cardigan version in her DK weight. You hold DK weight doubled, or you can use a bulky. And so I'm jealous of Becky's cardigan one. Lee has just knitted a gorgeous sort of pale milk chocolate one to wear up here out of Lopi, I think it was. We saw her on Instagram. We were very jealous. They're just all over the place, and
You're jealous of Lee for slippers as well, though.
Oh, and she found some simple slippers or something, because we're sharing a suitcase to come up here, and neither of us had space for our slippers, and I missed them. And I saw that Lee had knitted a pair, and maybe I could buy myself a skein of something rustic and toothy, because it's going on your feet. You want it to be really long-lasting. So we have vague plans.
But how much buying do you think you'll do today, seeing as we're going on Saturday as well? Do you think that today is going to be more about buying and Saturday will be socialising, or...?
I don't know, just see how it goes.
Play it by ear.
Play it by ear, I'm fine with that. Right, well we better finish our tea.
And then have more.
And then have a bit more.
Yeah, stock up.
I need to put some makeup on because I look like this. She looks like that, all glam.
Hardly glam.
Well, glammer than me. I'm clean, and that's about all you can say.
But it's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Because stinky when you're going around hugging people isn't
great.
No, it's not encouraged.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll check in later. I will take you round the show. If not in this video, then in another one. And if I'm lucky and time allows and people agree, I might see if I can catch a few people for chats as well.
Yes,
so
that'd be lovely.
Should be a good day. All right, check you later. Day 1 of the festival, we're in the queue. We're a little bit later than usual, so the queue is actually moving. We're up to 2 points each on Knitwear Bingo. We've seen several sheepheads.
No, you've had a Kate Davis thing.
I had a Kate Davis. And if I turn you around, there's everybody. And one of the best bits about the queue is walking down it going, oh hello, I'll catch you in a minute and try and find you in there now. And there's all sorts of lovely things and people to see. So yeah, we're literally right at the end, but we'll get in there soon. We've got our tickets.
And we've got supplies. We've got supplies. At midwinter.
She wanted water, Snickers bars and ironbury boilings. So we'll go and hand those over.
That's total get through a festival day, sort of.
I think we should go straight to midwinter and hand it over because I'm not carrying that around. and then hopefully in return she'll let us put our waterproofs under her table. And yeah, we'll film a bit more when we're in there, I think. Right, we've got to go down that way, then I can film the Ballmeister stand. For a bit, Jen. I'm in the podcaster lounge bit, and look, there's the lady from California, whose name I don't know, and there's all sorts of people. So that's the official podcaster lounge bit, and then if I twizzle round, there's Jenny, and then this bit, they've just got loads of extra seating this year. So there's loads of places to sit and knit, and there's amazing knitwear to spot. So we've had our lunch, we had sandwiches, and we ate the Welsh cakes.
Yeah, we haven't eaten the emergency bananas yet.
No.
We'll save those for later.
I think she squashed them actually.
No, I didn't.
The tea cakes are definitely flatter than when I gave them to you.
Yeah, but they'll taste the same anyway.
They will. We've met some lovely people, some podcast viewers and some friends, and I got a badge from the grocery girls, and I got a cucumber from the Periscoping Sisters. I was very excited, and I think we're ready to go and spend some money now. So yeah, we're going to go and make our wallets cry, I think. And it's not, I mean, it's 1:45, so it's not that long till it closes, is it?
No, I suppose not.
Yeah, and I got a sore throat from all the chatting, so we're going to have to get back out there, I think. Should we go?
Let's do it.
And I'm filming.
Otherwise it's mine.
Oh, okay. So we are very nearly out of energy. We have stopped for a cup of tea, which we purchased. It's not bad actually.
And a couple of Tenix tea cakes, which we brought with us. However, they might have got a little bit squashed.
They're supposed to be pleasing little domes of loveliness, and we've got discs of despair.
But they'll taste just as good.
But they'll taste just as good.
Don't trust me with breakables.
No. But you said the bananas survived.
Yes. Emergency bananas are good.
Emergency bananas
So
are
might
good.
have to have one of those as well.
Yeah.
Energy levels up.
I'm going to open mine now. Oh.
It's mushed.
It exploded. They've got marshmallow inside and it exploded. Oh, it's completely... That is a... Sorry, the thing twisted.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is a sad thing.
It's a sad thing.
It's not going to stop me eating it, but...
Yeah, I can't even get mine out of the paper.
There's an hour and a half until the show closes today. There we go, that's better. And we've done 2 full passes. And we've both made 1 large purchase.
Yeah, we'll have to show them that later.
Yeah.
Otherwise we'll just be shouting at you.
Yeah. Jenny did buy a microphone, so it's plugged into my mobile phone that we're recording on now, so hopefully the sound will be better.
Well, hopefully the sound will be something, because it's noisy in here. So I tried it out earlier on some Instagram lives, not Instagram lives, Instagram stories.
Did it sound better?
I don't know, because I haven't been out of noisiness yet. But when I held my phone to my ear, I could hear you talking.
Who's that? It's Debbie Dancer! That is Debbie Dancer of Down Sheepy Lane. Tell us about your label.
Your
it was from Stephen and Penelope's stand.
As in Stephen West, who I tripped over earlier.
And I just babbled about nothing.
And is it what does it say?
Style
Award.
My lovely jumper.
To be fair, it is a beautiful jumper. Remind me, it's a Tegner by
Hunter.
Everything's by Caitlin Hunter at the
Don't you
moment.
hate it when she puts you on the spot like that?
Yes.
She does it to me all the time. Bye.
Yeah, Caitlin Hunter, Boiling It Works.
Look.
They've melted.
No, they got squashed.
Squashed. They still taste the same.
Yeah, they just get a bit sticky. We have to lick the foil.
Lovely. Right, I'll let you girls carry on.
Nice to see you.
Podcasting.
Brief but lovely. So my throat is actually aching from all the chatting.
You talk more than I did. No, I mean you talked more than I did before. I tend to stand behind and smile.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So having done our second full pass, do you think we're kind of done for today?
Yeah, probably, if I'm being sensible about it. I don't want to go home though.
Well, we can just stay here and knit. I think
It's you know, it's our tribe, and so I don't want to leave our tribe because it's only 2 days.
You know that feeling, don't you?
Yeah, it's just 2 days.
Yeah.
And festivals don't, I mean, for us, festivals come around more often than most people.
But we work them. This is the only festival this year where we're not working.
Yeah.
And it's such a different feeling. It's so lovely. You can just, there's no panic, there's no stress.
Just rolled out of bed this morning and sort of ambled.
The show opened at 10. We didn't even get here until 10 past.
It's amazing. And I felt a little bit naughty, I do have to admit, that I wasn't here before 10.
Yeah.
But we're allowed.
Well, I reckon we sit and knit.
Yes.
And then wend our way home on the bus.
Yes. I've got to finish that hat.
And we've got to go back to, I'll let you go to Marks and Spencer's tonight if you want, but we need something else for tea.
And she doesn't have a microwave, so it can't be microwave food. What do you fancy?
I fancy vegetables, actually.
No. Well, then we'll have to go to M&S.
Maybe we could get like an all-in, one of those shove the whole tray in the oven jobs. Meat and vegetables in a tray. Am I selling it to you?
Totally. It sounds delicious.
Yum yum.
Almost as much as fruity pudding.
Yeah. But we're out for dinner with friends Friday night and Saturday night. So tonight needs to be dinner at bed and breakfast.
Yeah. To be sensible.
Yeah. And I think if I'm honest, before we consider spending any more of our money, we need to assess what else we want. Because some of my little list that I made, some of the things I can't get on it. Yeah, I'll go into that later. I'm a little bit sad. I'm a little bit cross with Chowdy, but
that's all right. We're going to write a protest letter.
Yeah. And I need to have I left my list, my big 2018 planning list, at home, which is foolish of me.
I thought you had everything for your 2018. Oh no, you wanted one more skein of sock yarn.
I think I need 1 or 2 more skeins of sock yarn for some designing that I'm doing. So I need to think about that, and I need to have a look at the vendor list so that when we come back on Saturday we know what we're doing. So yes, sitting and knitting, I think.
I think that sounds perfect.
Right, I'm going to go and lick the rest of my tea cake off the tin foil.
And of course, because we're in the podcast lounge nearly, we should know the people as they're going past, we can wave at them.
Yeah.
My favourite. So it's sort of sociable without being really sociable.
Yeah. Sociable briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a bit...
sociable light.
Sociable light. Okay, well we'll do that then, that sounds like a plan. And maybe we'll check in later.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Alright then.